It's that time again, guys. It's exam time. Nobody likes it, but today on Stuff, we're going to talk about all of the things that you need to study for exams, all right? We study for exams. Right now, I'm taking notes on relevant information in this textbook, all right? This is a textbook. So I have to take notes on the relevant information so that I know the material for my exam. We could refer to this. When you look over, you review your material. The phrasal verb is look over. All right, so to look over is to review material. Nice phrasal verb for you. I'm looking over my notes. So the phrasal verb stays together. I'm looking over my notes. All right, so when I take notes, I use a pen, of course. I use a pen. However, okay, I can use this pen. However, I could also use a highlighter. All right, this is a highlighter. Now, when I use it, I, of course, highlight the information. So when I put the highlighter on the notes, I highlight this information. You highlight the most important points that you need to know for your exam. All right? You could also underline. Underline is when you take your pen and you write below the notes that you have. Okay, let's continue with some words about exams. So when you're in high school, el instituto, you're in high school, you have tests, right? Plural, tests, STS. You also have exams. We refer to this time period as finals. You say, oh, I have to study for my finals. So the exam period is the end of the year finals. All right, take a look at my escritorio. How do you say that? Desk, all right? Do you have a desk at home? Do you have a study space? This is my study space. I have my desk. I have my notes. How can you say hoja de papel? A sheet, careful with that, sheet of paper. So this is my sheet or sheets of paper. Really long pronunciation of the double E, all right? Careful with it because it's a bad word if not. You say sheet. So these are my sheets of paper. What can we call this? In order to keep your papers together, we call this a paper clip. Right? It's similar in Spanish, but the pronunciation, paper clip. Really short, clip. All right, good. So this is my red paper clip to keep my things together. I have, do we remember? Highlighter. Good, it's my highlighter. And I'm using all of these things in order to memorize the information that I need. Honestly, in Spain, the best students memorize. It's incredible. When I studied in Canada, no one memorized, right? We would cram. What is cram? To cram is when you try to put all of this information in your head. The day before an exam, 2 days before an exam, and it's not very good to cram. So I don't recommend cramming. I'm sitting here and I have to study. If I really don't want to study, there's a verb that we use. Maybe I get up, I go to the kitchen, I have a snack, and I'm not going to study. We call this procrastinate, to procrastinate, right? It is regular. Yesterday I procrastinated, because it ends in T, the sound T, tid. I procrastinated yesterday, and I'm procrastinating today. So if you needed to call me something, what could you call me? I procrastinate every time I have an exam. So I admit I am a procrastinator. That is the noun. I'm a procrastinator, all right? Long word, sounds like Terminator, but we use it to describe people that don't do what they should do when they study. So I'm not going to procrastinate anymore, and I'm going to begin studying. I'm going to look over my notes to review. However, when I take my textbook and I want to find specific information in my textbook, we have a phrasal verb for this. It is called to look through. So you have two phrasal verbs, to look over, to review. And to look through is what it sounds like. You start at the beginning of the book, and you try to find specific information in this book. So I know that there's something that I need in this book, and it is at the end. And here it is. So I look through the book in order to find the information. Those are two very common verbs when you refer to studying. All right. What you might need when you study is a comfortable chair. We could call this an office chair, or we could call this a desk chair. Right? You sit down with your chair and your desk. Good. Let's have a look at a couple other things that you can use to study. We have sticky notes. These are sticky notes. Sticky is pegajoso. This is sticky. And we use it to mark the pages in our books. So I have a very specific book. I have my textbook and a specific point I want to mark. I stick the note, and there it is. We also have, don't say carpet. It isn't carpet. What is this called? It's a folder. All right? Folder. Very good. We use it to put information in that we need. Folder. All right? Fold. All right, guys. I have to get back to the books. Time to cram for that exam. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.